Hey, it's Master BonkTable, and we're doing our first 100k list from Amulet D20. I'm actually really excited. So, let us see how the Europeans look at 100k. This is from Kristof. This is Kristof 2. Hopefully that's his name. Hopefully he just threw his name in the list, and that's what we're going off of. This is, by the looks of it, going to be a feudal order style list, running a Warlord mounted Noble Lord. He's got Olfain's Roar and the Duelist. Duelist, I'm pretty sure, just gives him... Let me just go back to my sweet-ass app that has finally been updated. Give him +1 Clash. Alright, Clash 4. Respectable. Olfain's Roar, I think, is going to give Glorious Charge, however. If I recall correctly. Tip of the Lance from the front. These are Masteries. These are not Relic. Yep, gives Glorious Charge. So, +1 Clash and Terrifying 1. This means he's going to be running a big Household Knight bus. And the next unit in the list is a big Household Knight bus. Perfect. Because he's a Warlord, he's having professional troops, so he's going to give reroll 6s to everyone on their Clash and Defense roll. This will not affect the impacts, but with Impact 3, Brutal 1, and him going up to Clash 5 of Brutal 2, he's going to be doing a lot of work. Because this is also Orders and Feudal, all the command stands and all the characters gain Flurry. So once they get stuck in there, they're going to be doing a lot of work that way. This is like the big Household Knight bus, as been described before. It's still really solid, still really works. I see no issue with it. Mounted Squires, his entire warband's also going to be veterans, so they're going to have Tenacious 1 against shooting. That's going to help the Mounted Squires get to the table. One of the things you got to know about Mounted Squires is that they're basically the Men-at-Arms stat line on speed 9. They are only 130 points, surprisingly. Jesus, they are 130 points. That is cheap. Damn, Mountain Squires, you can paid here. You're only 20 points more for speed 9 compared to speed 5. And you actually have Tenacious 1 against shooting. And Impact. Well, you now have 2 Impact attacks. You used to have 1. And Opportunist. Like, this is just actually fantastic for 130 points. I like them. 110 points Men-at-Arms. Nothing to go wrong there. Probably going to have... Ooh, I don't know. Probably sit on his own. It's an MSU, so that's probably sitting on his own. And the next one, I'm a little curious about. The Household Guard, 5 stands, no character, just by themselves, cleave 1, support 3. They have no upgrade, like they have no Arms Master to go to Clash 3. So they're sitting at that Clash 2. I would have liked them, like, kind of, if you're going Mounted Noble Lord, you tend to go towards more Household Knights. If you're going Foot Noble Lord, you tend to go more towards Household Guard, Men-at-Arms, stuff like that, running big bricks. Having both in one warband, unless it's like MSUs of Household Knights with a big brick of Household Guard, it's kind of weird seeing the big brick of Household Guard and no character to go with them, because I feel like this unit is not going to be getting the most effectiveness without that character, and the upgrade of Arms Master to give them more Clash. So this is kind of a weird choice that I'm surprised to see. Next, we get into our Prior Commander Crimson Tower Warband with the Dynastic Ally. So this, gives first blessing, so +1 attack and harden to everyone who is Orders. Well, it's going to be everything that's feudal because the Mounted Noble Lord is going to give it to everybody. That's good. He's running MSU Crimson Tower, another MSU Crimson Tower, and then an MSU of Ashen Dawn. Pretty solid warband. Only issue is that it is 3 heavies. So it's quite a lot of guys. What I've tended to see, especially from the American players, is that they'll do Prior Commander Crimson Tower, and they'll take a unit of Crimson Tower and then a unit of Sealed Temple, and they'll put the Prior Commander of Crimson Tower in the Sealed Temple to get Terrifying 1. And also because of the fluid, before the fluid changes, they'd be able to like unwind and do a long charge. Now, not so much, but still that Terrifying 1 on the Sealed Temple is going to provide more than Terrifying 1 on the Crimson Towers. You can, however, put the Prior Commander of the Crimson Towers into the Ashen Dawn and give them Terrifying 1. He also has a pretty solid Clash attacks with the Flurry from the Orders buff, so he's been doing really well that way. And if he does do impacts, he's brittle too, so the Ashen Dawn will love that as well. Then we get into the next warband, what is Prior Commander of the Sealed Temple, and he's just in an MSU of Sealed Temple. So this is a lot of horse here. The reinforcement curve I don't think is as good as it could be. He's got 1 light, what's good. He's got 3 mediums, what's not bad. 4 mediums. And then he's got 3 heavies. This list is a bit all over the place and doesn't have a single direction. Like, Mounted Noble Lord, big Household Knight Bus, Mounted Squires, Men-at-Arms. I all agree with that. That's fine. The brick of Household Guard without the Arms Master or a character in there kind of weird, because you could just get so much more of them by adding the character. So I'm thinking maybe drop that, get more household knights, like a second unit, or more mounted squire, you know, whatever else you need. Or put those points into more order stuff, like another thing of sealed temple. Will just help out more. Ash and Dawn are always fantastic, especially now that you can take additional stands. I wouldn't be surprised with the rise of 5-stand Ash and Dawn units make a comeback because of this, but there is 3 heavies in the list, and there is no flank in it. So turn 1, you're going to be getting your mounted squires. Turn 2, you probably grab another medium, maybe your prior commander in the sealed temple. You don't want the household knight bus on too early, to be honest. You kind of want to hold it in reserve just to see how things play out and know where you need that extra punch from. You have the Crimson Towers who can kind of fight at any range, either in melee, charge clash, or march charge. They get bonuses for all of it. Once again, kind of makes it weird, but it does work surprisingly well. They have really good stats, really good resolve. They're fearless now. They're going to be doing phenomenal. But their only drawback is that they are a heavy with other heavies that are kind of competing for that turn 3 spot of auto coming in. Turn 3, I think you just deal with your Order of the Ash and Dawn, set up that anvil, and then turn 4, maybe all your dice rolls are going bad, you're going to get all your other mediums and another heavy, and then turn 5 you get heavy. And at that point, your last Order Crimson Tower should be able to fill a hole, because if there's more than one hole, you know, it'll fill in that one, while the Household Knight bus on turn 4 will fill the first hole. I like it. I can see where this is going. This might be a restriction on based upon what the models and regiments kristof has and is willing to play. But the Household Guard brick, I think, is the weak link and doesn't make sense in the list. Besides that, everything else kind of has a place and should do really well for him. So, kristof, I think you got a pretty good core of the list. Move around the Household Guard to something else or fill out something more. You know, do whatever you need to do. Because right now it's not really fitting with the speed of your list because it's majority horses. I think you only have 2 things on foot. And I think you'd be in a really good spot. But with that, best of luck. Hopefully you do really well. Hopefully someone tells me how everyone did at some point and I could do something for that. Or, you know, just for my own curiosity. Because I'm spending hours reviewing all these lists. But besides that, let's get into the next one.